Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be testing and comparing 9 types of paper. I purchased a sample set of paper from Paper Penguin Co. back in February of 2025, and I'm now just getting around to opening the package this morning to test out these papers. And Gail from at Gail's Bookish Things was interested in me recording um, this video and sharing it with you all. And I figured it would come in handy. I first came across this paper on Elise's at Whole Lattes channel, and then she mentioned Gail and the B7 natural paper, and she may have mentioned someone else. And back then, I took a look at those channels, and I really wanted to try some different paper because I love the Tomoe River paper, but I'm not enjoying the new Sanzen. So I'm kind of on the lookout for a different paper, quite frankly. And I think I've already found that, but I still want to take a peek at these samples since I purchased them. I might surprise myself. So I ordered the sample pack, and in that sample pack, there are 9 different papers, and you get 2 of each. So I'm going to be swatching on this set here. Um, 3 different types of inks, which I'm going to share with you in just a moment. I also purchased this B7 Natural 75 GSM paper. I think this is what Gail uses, and that's why I ordered it. So I'm going to set that aside because they do have one of a sample of the B7 Natural in here. So let's get into the ink. So I wanted a color changing ink, and I have one of those. It's the Sailor Kitsune Biyori, and I think Elise sent me a sample of this last year sometime. I also wanted to try out a chroma shading ink on each paper. So I have Sailor Manyo Haha. And then, of course, I wanted to try out a regular ink. So I just decided to stick with Sailor ink. That way we would have the same brand, and we could see how um, it looks on each type of paper. So this is Sailor Shikiori Haha, or Hara, sorry. So I've got Haha and Hara. So let me get back in focus. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to put this aside. We're going to zoom in and we're going to get started here. And I think I'm just going to swatch. I'm not going to, I originally planned on writing each ink out on every single page, and I think that's going to take a while. So I'm just going to swatch each ink, and I think for myself, I will come back and refer to these and possibly write them in, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to, like I said, swatch. I shared the ink with you, so that should suffice. I will also insert timestamps for the sake of your time. So let's get started. I think we are in focus. I will triple check after I've swatched, but we are going to start with, I'm just going to use this moleskin notebook for the base, and we're going to start with this bright white 118 GSM paper. And I'm going to just go in order here. So this is the Sailor Kitsune Biyori. Again, this is the color changing ink. And then I'm going to go to the Manyo Haha. And that soaked in really well. I love color changing inks. I love the chroma shading inks. So to me, this is going to be interesting to see how these come out. So far it's smooth paper. This paper soaked in the ink very fast. And there is some bleed through on this paper. So this would likely be a no-go for me. However, we're gonna move on and we will take a peek at that in a bit. The next is this Onion Skin 34 GSM paper. And I've heard a lot of good things about the Onion Skin. I know it seems redundant as far as opening and closing these caps, but if you saw how many spills I had, you would be doing the same thing. All right, so that is the Onion Skin. And at the end, we're going to look at each one because I want to get them to dry. The next one, I do not know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but Shiraoi White 64 GSM. This is a paper I read on their website. Give me 1 second. Oh no. Sorry about that, guys. My cat Merlin loves to go after Eve, especially when I'm recording videos. So I had to pause that, but I'm back. So I was looking up this Shiraoi White 64 GSM paper, and it says that it's made, I think, in Japan. Yeah, it's a Japanese paper, and it's, give me 1 second here. It's supposed to be smooth and soft, and it does feel smooth and soft. So I can't wait to swatch these here. All right, so the first one, again, is the Kitsune Biyori. Then the Sailor Manyo Haha. And Shikiori Hara. All right, the next is the Shiraoi Cream and 64 GSM. So they have the white and the cream. I'm finding as I'm getting older, not that you need to know this, but in the darker lighting, the cream paper is difficult for me to see. So I've actually been preferring the white paper. but look at how lovely. This is my catch 22. The shade of some of these inks on the cream paper is just absolutely beautiful. So I'm really liking the feel of this paper. It is very smooth and soft to touch. So I'm looking forward to checking that out in a bit. The next paper is this Bank Mitsubishi Paper Mills 48 GSM paper. I haven't really seen this one around, and I am a bit curious about it. Right, so that's the Bank Mitsubishi Paper Mills, and excellent against bleed through and feathering using many inks. Some show through or ghosting due to thinness of paper. Includes 3-diamond watermark for quality assurance. And this is also a Japanese paper. And do you see, it's hard to see the watermark here via camera, but that is very beautiful. The next one is View Corona Bright White OJIF-Tex 52 GSM. So this is a bright white. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Merlin's at it again. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. It is sunny out today, so I opened the back door for him, and he is going to go sunning, get some sunshine. Sorry about that. All right, so next one. Let's see, Sailor Manyo. Haha. Okay, so that is the View Corona Bright White and View Corona White. Trying to find the bright white. Here, because I haven't really heard of this paper either. It's another Japanese writing paper. So we'll take a look at that in a bit. The next one is the View Corona White. And this is more cream, like it's a cream color. So We'll take a look at this in a bit. The next one is Eastory 64 GSM. Texture on this is a lot different, and I just want to take a peek at this for us because this is another paper I haven't really come across, and I'm not seeing it on their page. So I don't know. Let's just go ahead and swatch real quick. Yeah, it feels really gritty, so to speak, while I'm swatching. The texture of this paper is a bit different. Has anyone tried this paper? Do you like it? Okay, and then the last one is the B7 Natural 75 GSM paper. All right, so let's pull this up a little bit. I'm going to let these dry for a couple of minutes and I'll be back. Hey everyone, I'm back. So some of these are not completely dry, okay? But I wanted to kind of get back and start reviewing some of these. Before I start picking them up close to camera, I wanted to just point out a couple of things that I'm seeing immediately as far as preferences. I absolutely am loving the onion skin paper. The only, I guess, drawback for me might be the dry time if I'm using it as a regular journal paper. But look at the shading. I kind of turned on the light. 1 second. There we go. That's more natural light. I'm loving the chroma shading here on the Manyo ink. It is definitely distinct from the other paper, aside from the B7 Natural. I can see why Gail likes this paper though. I'll get to that in a moment. I also am noticing, with this paper here, there's, with the color changing inks, this top row, I'm not seeing much of a change aside from the onion skin paper. I do see some shading here, but it's not really color changing because my understanding is this is like a pinky brown. I'm really digging this Bank Mitsubishi Paper Mills 48 GSM paper. I'm loving the chroma shading, the shading on the Sailor Hara, and I really love how the Kitsune, Biyori ink looks on this paper. However, I don't really care for the watermark. So I don't know if this would be a paper that I would purchase, but I'm really loving this paper here and the onion skin for the way the inks are looking. The View Corona Bright White, I think, is a beautiful paper. It feels good. I do like the shading in the ink, but again, I'm not seeing much of a color change to the ink. Same thing with the white. And then this here is the Eastory 64 GSM paper. It's taking quite a while to dry. Not really bleed through, but there is shadowing. I'm really liking how the Hara turned out here. We're seeing some almost like aqua green, purple and blue. So this impressed me, but the Kitsune Biyori is coming out like a darker brown. So I'm like, because I'm looking for a paper that I love, that I could have one paper, right? Maybe a couple, like maybe onion skin as well, that I really enjoy. So I am loving this B7 natural paper. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, and I'm loving it. Look at this Kitsune Biyori. Now that is color changing. One sec. Okay, I'm back again. So going back to this B7 natural paper, I am loving it. It does look like it's taking a while to dry, but I love all three inks on this paper. And what would be my second favorite just from these inks alone? And of course, I'm going to write on the paper as well, and that's how I would make a final decision. Again, this bright white paper I'm not really loving, so I'll keep it out for you all to look at. I'm really loving the onion skin. I'm loving the Manyo and the Shikiori, the Kitsune, keep doing that, Kitsune Biyori, I think is beautiful. The shading is beautiful, but I'm loving it more here because of how distinct, like if you're looking at all of these, you guys tell me just at first glance through the camera which one you guys are more drawn to, but I'm loving this View Corona White 52 GSM now that it's dried a bit more, especially this Manyo Haha. And yeah, so I think those are the top three for me. The B7 Natural, the Onion Skin, and the View Corona White. And even the Bright White. I would say these, my top four. Let's just do top four at this point. So, or top five. My top five would be B7 Natural, the two View Coronas, the Onion Skin, and the Bank Mitsubishi. If I could only choose two to purchase, like notebooks, oh goodness, that's kind of difficult. I'd want something different because this is more of a natural creamy color. So I'm not sure if I'd go with this bright white or the onion skin. So it would be between those three. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. It was so much fun to watch. Thank you to those who stuck around to the end, especially with all of my fur baby shenanigans going on in the background. I appreciate you all. And I look forward to hearing your thoughts based on what you can see through the screen. But I am definitely going to purchase a B7 natural notebook uh, for future use. All right, guys, take care. Bye.